Welcome back to Santagato Studios. Today I'm going to be playing a game called They're a Something, but, so how it's going to work is we're going to spin the wheel here, and we have 1 through 10. So it'll be like 1 through 3. It's like, all right, there are 3, but here's a positive trait. And then what am I saying? If I would date this person or not?
Yeah.
Okay. We're going to find out how shallow I possibly can be here. All right, here we go. We have a positive trait if there are 1 through 3. A 4 to 7 is a neutral trait. And then an 8 through 10, there's going to be a negative trait. We're going to knock those girls off their pedestal. That wasn't a fraudulent flip. First one. They're a 6, but they require cuddling for at least 40 minutes after sex. This is right up my alley. Anyway, okay, after sex, I like to be held. I like to hold each other. I like to lay in it. You know what I mean? I don't mind this at all. 40 minutes? In my sleep, I could do that, dude. In my sleep, I do that, honestly. So if they're a 6 and they require 40 minutes after sex, I mean, they're just bumped up to a 10 at that point. Honestly.
Oh, okay.
Love that. That's a good trait. I enjoy that. Who in their right mind has sex and they're like, oh, get away? I mean, I could see like if it's like, a one night stand or something like that. But if you're dating someone and you don't want to cuddle afterwards, might be a red flag, Z's. All right, next. They're a 1. Whoa, dude. They're a 1, but they have a house in the south of France. Oh, that's massive, dude. I got a house in the south of France, maybe in Nice, Saint-Tropez, something like that. I mean, it's huge. It's definitely huge. There's definitely a friendship here, no matter what. I think that maybe we would need to figure out if we're right for each other in the south of France. That's what I think is going to have to happen. You know what I mean? Just a couple of people out there in the south of France figuring out whether they mesh or not over a lot of wine and maybe a cigarette for the first time in my life. Never done that, but maybe I would do that in the south of France. I don't know. What's the question? What am I at? Oh, should I give them another rating?
Well,
it bumps them up. Oh, if you're a 1 and you have a house in the south of France, I mean, you're at least a 6. At least, bro.
All right. That's
at least a 6.
That's
Come on.
a high jump.
It's the south of France.
I agree.
All right. They're a 10. Whoa. But they're a magician and insist on doing a trick for every new person they meet. 11? Dude, I love magic. I love magicians. I don't know what it is about magic, but like 2 years ago for my birthday, I went with all my friends to a magic show, and it was awesome. And I like magic being done to me. I like feeling duped. That's one of my things. So yeah, this is just going to bump you up to off the scale, an 11 out of 10 here.
This is you assuming they're a good magician.
That's fair. I am a bad magician would knock you down a little bit for sure. And it's also like, I mean, now that I'm thinking about this, like every new person you meet, like you're gonna hit my grandma with a magic trick. It's like, chill, dude. She's mad old. You can put her in the ground with enough magic. You know what I mean? So I'm a little worried about that. But I'm inclined to say 11 out of 10 here.
Okay, fair.
I think this is gonna be a very sexy trait. A woman doing magic is a lot more attractive than a dude doing magic. There's a double standard. We live in a world full of them. I don't make the rules though. They're a 1 again. Oof, they're a 1, but they always go down on you. What does always mean?
It's a great question.
Because always sounds like around the clock, and I don't know if I got the fucking equipment for that. Always go down on you. If that's just every sexual encounter, is that like this very special thing? Like I'm under the assumption that we're all adults here and doing what we have to do to make the other person do what they have to do, if you catch my drift. But I'll give you 3. I'll give you 3 if you're a 1, but you're really going for it. Good job. All right, they're a 8, but they wear a diaper to bed every night. 7.5. I mean, it's a little weird, but like it's also convenient as long as there's no spillage. Like obviously that would be an issue. And if it stinks like pee, that's an issue. If they're asking me to change the diaper, I mean, we're dropping this down to a 5 for sure.
Okay.
Because that's you can do your thing. I don't, I'm not necessarily like I didn't sign up to start changing diapers here. But it's fine. Wear your diaper. It is what it is. I might even throw the diaper on, dude.
Those who dipe together stay together.
Yeah, dude. I mean, the divorce rate is crazy, but I would be interested in the divorce rate of people who dipe together. Because if you're both diping, I mean, I feel like it's working. All right. There are 2, but they will always go wherever you want to eat. I don't love this. I would say it's just that's a neutral one for me. I mean, I guess it's a 3, I guess. Like, it would bump you up a point. I like, not always getting my way, I guess, of like, if I'm just gonna pick every place that we're gonna go to. Like, of course I'll do that for the first couple of dates and whatnot, but then I'm also interested in the things that you're interested in. So I would wanna know which places you wanna go. Like, do you have an interest in going somewhere, or am I just always picking the place now? I like being surprised a little bit sometimes. There are 6, but they are TikTok famous for being able to eat an entire loaf of Wonder Bread in under 4 minutes. I don't see how this would be a negative. Like, I wouldn't be like, ew, you ate a whole loaf of bread, ew. Like, bro, I love bread. I mean, I haven't had Wonder Bread in some time, I will tell you that. Yeah, I mean, the unfortunate thing is then there would probably be a lot of bread around in our apartment. So then now I'm up in my bread intake. I'm gonna say this puts you at a 7. I'm gonna give you 1 point, but now I'm thinking about all the bread that I have to be around. That's gonna deduct me a little bit because then I'm gonna start eating a lot of bread. I'll get more insecure than I already am. We don't need that. We don't need that. TikTok famous, by the way. People are like, eat the bread again. It's such a crazy thing.
Hey everybody, Ant here. Before we get back to the video, I gotta tell you about today's sponsor, Skims. I don't know if you're like me, but honestly, I haven't switched up my style of underwear since about high school. Then we got this sponsorship and we all got a pair, and I'm telling you, I've been missing out for probably about 7 years of what underwear could be. Skims is made with a cotton 5 material. It sounds cool, and it is, because when you move around sometimes in other boxers, they're loose and you can see them through your pants. These you can't, and they also just really stick to your thigh, and they're just one of the most comfortable that I've ever worn. I've only worn like 2 pairs, but I understand what's going on now. They also don't lose shape or move, so I'm not getting wedgies anymore, and that was also high school, but they just stick to your body in a way that I would argue is borderline the best I've felt in a while. And this is how you get them. It's enough of my past here. Shop Skims Men's at skims.com, and then you have to let them know that we sent you. Again, that's Shop Skims Men's at skims.com. And then just there, you'll see a drop-down menu. Select our show and podcasts or comedy shows, and then just click Santagato Studios, and boom, you did it. You got a fresh pair of underwear, comfortable pair of underwear, and we got the credit for sending you there. Wins all around, I would say. Let's get back to the video.
There are 3, but they have a fat, juicy ass. Oh my God, dude. I mean, this is putting you to, I would say, not only a fat ass, but it's got juice. Like a fat, juicy ass. It's kind of an 8. It's kind of an 8. They're a 8. Here's a negative one. But they're your best friend's ex. That is a hello, we're going back down to 0. Okay, that's just something you can't do. Your best friend's ex, and they're an 8. I hope that my friends' exes are 8s. You want your friends to date people who are attractive and, whatever. They're the ex, so you assume there's some stuff that didn't work out. Not something that I want to get in the middle of. We can put it back down to 0, buddy. Okay? 0. All right. They're a 6, but they're an identical twin, and you can't tell them apart. There was a time in my life where this would be a 10. I don't even know what that means. They're a 9. Oof, pretty high. But they exclusively wear cargo shorts in the summer. Is that you, bud? Is this you, buddy?
That's funny.
I haven't seen many women wear cargo shorts in the summer. So
Let's just say someone who is a 9 but wears cargo shorts in the summer all the time.
Right. So a woman who wears cargo shorts in the summer, you have to assume she skateboards and loves energy drinks. I'm gonna say this bumps you down to a 7, I think it bumps you down to a 7, unfortunately. Exclusively wearing them? That's crazy. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's the summer. What if we have to go to a wedding? You're gonna wear cargo shorts, dude? What are we doing?
That's a good point.
You know what I mean? Are we fixing a truck or are we going out on a date? Come on.
Would you say that bumps up, like if it's a guy, would that bump them up?
Ant, you're not, you can't. You can't. And Ant's wearing them right now. Obviously he's wearing them right now, but he doesn't go anywhere without them. Next. They're a 5, but they gallop around on all 4s like a horse when they're alone at home. 8. I don't know. I feel like if I could, because I have a dog camera.
Oh.
So if I look at the dog camera and I'm like trying to see my dog, and all of a sudden I see you just galloping around and like grazing and shit, I'd be like, that's kind of fire, you know? Also, you're not horsing around when I'm there. It's not like I'm dating a horse. You're a secret horse. You know, I may never experience the horse. Do your thing. If you're alone, gallop, slither around like a snake for all I care. I don't know. All right, they're a 10, but they have 2 pet rats. 2 rats. Not even mice, rats. 8. 9. 3 rats? I can't. 2 rats? It's gonna be tough. I can desensitize myself enough to deal with these rats. I mean, they're a 10. Yeah, that's a 9 for me. I just don't like rats. But I'll put up with a rat. With 2 rats. Because we could take them 2-on-2. Once we're outnumbered by the rats, it's at a 0. All right, they're a 5. But they regularly pose fully nude for amateur art classes. I don't have a giant problem with this. I would say it's like just a one of these. You know what I mean? I think it's just like it doesn't move you up or down. It would be an adjustment because that would feel strange to be like, oh, my partner is being gazed upon naked every week at an art class. You know, but then that's realistically probably where I met her. You know? I was probably at the class and being like, fucking those. This is a very nice temple you have.
Right.
But yeah, I guess that would be tough to deal with. But you know what you're getting into. You know, if we get into this and you were posing nude, and now we're in, you're posing nude. I'm not gonna make you stop doing your job. Do your job.
Is it better or worse that it's not a professional class?
I don't know the answer to that.
Because I don't know either. I'm feeling like maybe I like amateur class more.
You like amateur more. I see it. You're that kind of guy. You like amateur more. I see it. They're a 10, but they never flush the toilet after they use it. Oh, think about how many pees and poos you would see. Dude, that's tough. That's like a 3. That knocks you way down. From a 10 to a 3. Every time you take a dump, I gotta see. Oh, that's just, you know, come on. What are we doing? Can't have this. Can't have it. All right, it literally got right in the center line, 10 and 1. What should we do?
Pull 2 cards.
2 cards, a 10 and a 1.
Yeah.
Okay, they're a 1, but they have a famous parent. That's a 6. You know, also the south of France. It could be the same person. We don't know. Also, it really depends on who the parent is. You know, some people have famous parents. You're like, I don't care, or whatever the fuck. I'm gonna say 5. I think that bunch you up 4. They're a 10, but they look just like one of your parents. 0. What the hell? That's a 0, dude.
What if like they just in the right light? You're like, wow, you kind of look like my mom.
Nah, I can't do that. I mean, that's very Italian, honestly, because I feel like Italian dudes like love their mom, but that's not me, dude. We're mostly Irish, so I don't know what that means, but I'm good on that. Isn't there like a saying? It's like you try to marry someone that's like your mom, or I don't know if it's like looks like your mom or acts like your mom. I have no idea. Not a prerequisite for me. Not something that I'm looking for at all. So, you know, maybe the good things, she's caring, she's loving, of course, those things, but I don't need you to look like my mom. That would be insane. But there you have it, folks. We just found out how shallow or deep I am. At the end of the day, we're all 10s, if we believe it, all right? And that's what you should take away from this video, actually. We're all 10s if we believe it. And I don't know if that's doing damage or if that's actually a good thing, but we're gonna find out in the coming weeks. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, and we'll see you next time.
Ooh, that's Elmo's World. Can't do that. Might get copyrighted, and then when I have to do it again, and I just would do it again, but that's not. Either way. I hope you enjoyed. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one. And if you wanted a kiss, you're not getting it. Just kidding. See you later.